Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of satellite communication. Today's topic is complete link design in case of communication satellite. So complete link of a satellite communication, it consists of uplink as well as the downlink. So in this particular video lecture, we are going to derive a mathematical relationship in between the carrier to noise ratio for the total with respect to the uplink and downlink. We will also discuss the effect of interference here. Let us begin. Complete link of a satellite communication, it consists of two earth stations, earth station 1 and earth station 2. Like you can visualize the case as this is the earth station 1. So earth station 1 is transmitting the information towards the satellite. Then satellite retransmits this information towards the another earth station, which is the earth station 2. So this is the uplink at which the transmission is being done. This is the downlink at which the information is received by the receiving earth station. It means complete link consists of two earth stations and satellite, right? So you can say complete link is made of the uplink as well as the downlink. At the same time, you can state that the quality of information received over here, it depends upon three factors. One is the uplink, second is the satellite transponder which performs the frequency translation, and third is the downlink. So these three are the important factors. The uplink is characterized by C by N naught of U. U subscript denotes the uplink and C by N naught is the carrier to noise power spectral density ratio at the transponder input. You must remember that noise power spectral density is a noise power per unit bandwidth. Similarly, if we say downlink is characterized by C by N naught of D and the carrier to noise power spectral density ratio C by N naught T means total. This we are going to calculate by considering the uplink as well as the downlink. This is what the Friis transmission equation. We have derived the equation of power received in terms of power transmitted, gain of transmitting antenna, gain of receiving antenna, lambda is the operating wavelength, r is the distance between the satellite to the earth. So on these parameters we have already calculated these terms. So now what is our requirement? First, we need to calculate the signal power or the useful carrier at the receiving earth station receiver. So what we are going to write it over here, useful carrier or signal. C is what? Cu Gs into Gt into Gr upon L. This you can write with the help of the Friis transmission equation, lambda upon 4 pi r its whole square. Inverse of this, which is 4 pi r upon lambda its whole square, is the loss. You can observe Cu is what? This is the signal power at the satellite transponder input, means for uplink. Gs, Gt, Gr, gain of the satellite transponder, transmitting antenna and receiving antenna, and L is the loss of the link. So from this Friis transmission equation, you can write down the equation for useful carrier signal. Now we have to write down the equation for noise power spectral density N naught, then only we will be calculating the C by N naught. So noise power spectral density at the input to the receiving earth station, it could be written as what? Noise power total, which is the noise power spectral density at the downlink plus noise power spectral density at the uplink. So you can write this particular equation, NOD plus NOU, and this uplink factor will be multiplied by what? Gs, Gt, Gr upon L. NOU is the noise power spectral density at the transponder input. NOD is the noise power density at the input to the receiving earth station. So now you can divide equation number 1 by 2. In equation 1 we have written the expression for useful carrier, means C. Here it is being written for N naught. Now divide it. So you will be getting the C by N naught, which is the carrier to noise power spectral density ratio. Just you have divided this particular equation. Now you can divide, the numerator is divided by L, denominator there is one term which is divided by L, so simplify it. You will be getting numerator as it is and the denominator term NOD into L plus NOU into this particular term. So this is what you are getting over here. Now you can further simplify it if you divide the numerator and denominator by GS GT into GR. So you will be getting this particular equation. C by N naught is what? CU upon NOU plus NOD into L upon GS GT into TR. Now we need to further simplify it, and let us assume if the transponder has a bandwidth B and transponder continuously radiates power PT, then gain of the satellite transponder can be written as what? GS, which is equal to PT upon CU plus NOU into B. So in this term, gain of satellite transponder can be written. Now what you need to do, you have to utilize this particular value of GS, substitute this value of GS into above equation which we have simplified for C by N naught. So substitute it. At the same time, you can write down the downlink signal power, which is denoted by CD. This is what? PT GT GR upon L. So when you have substituted the value of GS which we have calculated, then you are getting carrier to noise power in this particular term. Here you can observe this term PT GT GR upon L. This is what? CD. So now you can substitute it and you can simplify it further. How you are going to simplify it further? From here you can write down C upon N naught, which is equal to numerator C into CD upon, in the denominator you will be getting NOU into CD plus NOD into CU plus third term is B times NOD into NOU. Now you can do what? You can divide the numerator and denominator with NOD into NOU, and further simplifying you will be getting this term. C by N naught for uplink into C by N naught for downlink upon C by N naught of uplink plus C by N naught of downlink plus B. So this is how you are calculating this particular term. And in most of the cases you can observe that the value of B, this is very less in comparison to carrier to noise power spectral density for uplink and downlink. So if the value of this B is less, now this particular equation, which is equation number 4, you can say if the value of B is very less, then we can ignore this B, and when you can ignore this B, then you can write down the term C by N naught is what? C by N naught uplink into C by N naught of downlink upon the sum of these two. Take the inverse, so you will be getting C by N naught total, which you are calculating, its inverse is equal to C by N naught of uplink plus C by N naught of downlink. So in this particular manner you will be able to derive this equation, which is the equation number 5. Normally the value of carrier to noise ratio for uplink, this is much greater than the carrier to noise ratio of the downlink. So in this particular equation you can observe if its value is higher means its inverse will be lower. Its inverse is lower means this particular term will be lower. So from this particular equation you can write down carrier to noise ratio for total, this is approximately equal to the carrier to noise power spectral density for the downlink. It means from here you can state that complete link or overall link of satellite communication design depends upon the quality of downlink, or specially C by N naught of downlink, right? So this is the important factor upon which it depends. Now, if we include the effect of interfering signal, there must be certain interference. If we include that effect also, and if I represents that interfering signal, then we can calculate the noise power, which is because of the carrier to noise ratio and carrier to interference ratio. So here you are going to write down first for the uplink. So C by N of net uplink, that will be C by N, means carrier to noise ratio for uplink plus carrier to interference ratio for uplink. So this is how you can write this particular equation. Similarly, you can write down the equation for downlink, which will consist both the terms carrier to noise ratio for downlink plus carrier to interference ratio for the downlink. So here you are capable to write down both the terms for uplink and downlink by considering the noise factor as well as the interference factor. It means with the help of these equation number 5 and 6, if you combine net uplink and net downlink, you will be able to calculate the overall carrier to noise ratio, means C by net ratio. C by N, carrier to noise ratio net, this is what? Sum of net uplink plus sum of net downlink. So from here you can write down this is what term? This is carrier to noise ratio for uplink plus carrier to interference ratio for uplink plus carrier to noise ratio for downlink plus carrier to interference ratio for downlink. So this is how you can write it further by considering all the factors, or you can write it down carrier to noise ratio for both uplink and downlink plus carrier to interference ratio for both uplink and downlink. If you are combining for both uplink and downlink, so you can write down the equation into this particular manner. So this is the overall or net carrier to noise ratio, and here you have written overall carrier to interference ratio. This is what? This is the sum of carrier to interference ratio for uplink plus carrier to interference ratio for downlink. So this is what you need to remember it over here, right? So I hope now this particular point is clear and you can write down the net carrier to noise ratio expression. Here two important things are there which you have to remember. There are two cases arise. Case 1, if we talk about and we say if carrier to interference, this particular ratio is greater than carrier to noise, what will happen over here? Carrier to interference ratio is high, it means the value of I is less. Carrier to noise ratio is less, it means the value of noise is high. So when this happens, you can say this is the noise dominant link. Here noise dominant. And the second case you can consider if case 2, if carrier to interference ratio is less than carrier to noise ratio, it means what will happen over here? Carrier to noise ratio is greater, it means noise is less. Carrier to interference ratio is less, it means interference is higher. So this is interference dominant. So here the condition is this is interference dominant. So in this manner you can explain both the situations, which is the condition for noise dominant, which is the condition for the interference dominant. Thank you so much for watching this video.